Hi everyone. Jensen Huang just wrapped up his keynote at CES 2026, and the message is clear. We are moving from software that is simply programmed to software that reasons and learns in the physical world. Here is a summary of the critical announcements and, more importantly, the key questions investors need to be asking right now. First, let's talk hardware. Nvidia officially announced that the Vera Rubin AI platform is in full production. This is a 6-chip co-designed system that combines GPUs and CPUs to keep Nvidia ahead of the pack. The performance claims are massive, 5 times the performance of the previous Blackwell architecture, with token generation costs slashed by nearly 90%. Expect to see giants like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google deploying this later in 2026. But the biggest theme was physical AI. Jensen declared robotics as the next massive wave. He introduced Nvidia Cosmos, a world model that helps robots understand physics, and provided updates to Project GRZ0T, a foundation model for humanoids. They are also deepening their partnership with Siemens to bring these systems into industrial automation. For autonomous vehicles, they unveiled Alpamayo. This is a reasoning model that doesn't just react to data, it thinks through scenarios, like navigating a traffic light outage. The Mercedes-Benz CLA will feature this tech as early as this year. Finally, for developers, they introduced DGX Spark, a desktop supercomputer designed to bring agentic AI to every desk, enabling systems that perform multi-step reasoning autonomously. So, what does this mean for your portfolio? Based on these strategic pivots, here are 5 critical questions every AI investor must ask to assess Nvidia's long-term dominance. Question 1. The obsolescence risk of Blackwell. With Rubin offering 5 times the performance just a year after the Blackwell ramp, are we at risk of customers pausing orders to wait for the new chip? How does Nvidia manage this aggressive self-cannibalization without hurting short-term margins? Question 2. The monetization of physical AI. Jensen is betting the future on robotics and autonomous vehicles. But these sectors move slower than data centers. What is the timeline for physical AI to become a material revenue driver? Is this a 2027 story, or are we waiting until 2030? Question 3. The system versus chip margin profile. Nvidia is increasingly selling entire supercomputing racks, cooling, networking, and CPUs included. Does this shift toward complex hardware systems dilute their historically high gross margins? And how does that impact ecosystem stickiness? Question 4. Open models versus hyperscaler competition. Nvidia is aggressively releasing open models like Alpamayo. Is this a defensive moat to prevent Google or Amazon from locking customers into proprietary stacks? Or does giving away the brains commoditize the value of the software layer? And finally, question 5. Geopolitical supply chain stability. The Rubin platform relies on advanced co-design and packaging. How exposed is this production line to new export controls or tension in Taiwan, especially given that full production relies on such a complex cross-border supply chain? These are the pivotal questions that will define the next phase of the AI market. Thanks for watching, and keep a close watch on those Rubin deployment dates.